Hey everybody, we are back to Crossroads, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. This is currently week number 3, part number 2.
We just got done scouting out an orphanage. Thinking for the best for this child's future. She's decided to go home and think about it and pray over it tonight. Finias was going to go back to the guardhouse and return the horses.
Yep.
There's the other envelope.
What's inside the envelope?
All right. So Finias, you take the 4 horses
Of the apocalypse.
and you head back towards the guard post.
Yep.
When you get there, you see James is outside, currently going over feeding all the horses in the stable. And you can see Harold sitting behind the desk inside.
Apparently a banshee screeching in the background too.
Yeah, I heard that.
What the hell?
All right, then.
Gentlemen?
Those horses need to have awesome names if they're the 4 horses of the apocalypse, like chaos and obliteration and slaughter.
What direction do you go when you get there?
Well, I guess I would bring them to the stable, right?
Okay. So you head up towards James?
Yep.
And James sees you approaching. And he turns and salutes.
Evening, James.
How was your secret mission, sir?
Quite successful. Do you just let these roaming dogs stay here?
Yeah, they're quite helpful.
Really?
Yes, they keep out the cats.
I guess.
But who keeps out the mice?
Oh, they are actually part mice, so it's okay. Isn't it? Can you stop, please? We're trying to have a game. I'll kill them in a little bit, I promise. Okay.
But they're coming in through the back door.
Is that so? Okay, so should I put away the horses, sir?
Yeah. Why are you calling me sir? Don't you outrank me? Like I literally just joined yesterday.
But weren't you let in under special circumstances if you were allowed to run a secret mission? Well, what is your rank?
I have no idea. I didn't even technically join.
He hands you the shovel, then you clean the stables.
He's like, okay. Well, all right then, Finias. So I'll put the horses away.
You do
He's
that.
a little confused now because he bought your bullshit completely when you were here last time.
Yeah, well, that'll learn.
Yeah. Actually, it will. He takes the horses. He seems a little bit confused by everything.
No, we didn't actually. Actually, we didn't bullshit him. We just walked up, grabbed the horses, and left.
Yeah, you were trying to bullshit him and Harold saw through it, but played along.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, we're going out on a secret mission.
Yeah, okay.
We just joined the military. Yeah. So he totally bought into the bullshit, and Harold's like, sure you did, Finias. Yes. 4 horses, you say. Okay. Get him back.
You totally had him on the gullible side. Could have had him as a recruit. Damn it.
Yeah. Totally.
What use do we have for somebody that gullible?
Yeah. So he takes the horses and he puts them away.
Operation Meat Shield. We have a special mission for you.
Yeah, you're the warrior. That's your job.
I need a shield every now and then. Strap him to my arm.
Harold sees all this going on, comes out and leans up against the doorstep. He's peeling an apple. Thank you for bringing him back, Finias. Next time you've got a secret mission, your credit's good with me. He kind of
Wink,
winks.
wink.
Yeah.
We're yeah. I just trying to. What? Why do you? Never mind. So, good night.
All right then. Good evening. He turns and goes back in. So you had to turn in for the evening?
Yeah.
All right. And Thargeth, you were planning to spend the evening eating and drinking.
Drinking and eating.
Gotcha. You have
You
no
kicked
trouble.
me in the head.
You're taking
That's
some
your catch.
well-deserved time off right now, yes. Recovering from your head wound.
I don't think it'll ever recover.
I'm not sure. I think that's probably good. I mean, well, I don't know. Well, we've gone full circle, so we'll go back to Fleur, who is standing in the back of the item shop staring at the wall.
Really?
Okay, staring at the door, staring at something, thinking.
Eternally thinking.
First thing, is there one of these on the shelf? Sells for this much.
You don't see any on the shelf now.
You're trying to find the exact same amulet or something similar?
Same amulet.
Yeah, you do not see any more in the shop. There's several different items in here, and the price ranges on them from anywhere from 100 to some. There's actually one item in here that's priced at 5,000. That's behind the glass case in the front, but anywhere from 100 to that 5,000.
It's also sparkly.
Well, everything in here is a magic item, though.
No, actually, I think I'm just going to head on to the church for the night.
Okay. You go and blessings upon me and head off to your church.
Already gave her to her once.
Whoa,
Okay.
blessing.
Did you say blessings upon me as you leave? Blessings upon me.
Nope.
All right. You head off to the church
Yep.
for the evening. That just leaves Svetlana, who she closed the door and left you there
Yeah.
out front of the orphanage.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I take the stinky goblin child back to the tavern. We're gonna try to figure out how to feed it.
Okay. As you are walking away, you're just about to go around a corner away from the orphanage when you see two individuals in long coats and cowls come up and knock on the door. You're not sure what they're doing, but it's a particular wrapping. You can't quite make it out from here. And you see the matron open the door, kind of look around, and then pull them in and close the door. What do you do?
Let's see. Is there any windows or anything?
There are several stained glass windows in the place on the ground floor.
Can you see through them though?
There's spots that you could. It'd be a little blurry, but you could peer in.
I'm gonna peer in and see if I can see anything going on.
All right. You creep back over towards the orphanage and you start peering in through the windows. The first one you look into, you see the entry hall where you were at, and then you see another hall going with doors on each side. Every one of the doors has a huge bar across it and a padlock on it.
Okay.
You see she and the two individuals head down a flight of stairs into what you're guessing is their basement. And how long do you wait there?
Do what now?
How long do you wait at that point? Or do you keep looking around inside?
I watch where they go, and you said I noticed they go to the basement.
Yeah, they go down into the basement.
Okay. I'm guessing there's no basement windows. I can see there.
No basement windows.
No entranceways to the basement other than. Is there any other entrance into the building other than that front door?
Only that front door that you've seen.
I'm gonna go see if it's locked.
You go and try the door. It is indeed locked.
Okay. Hang on. My thieves' tools. Does that have like a lockpick thing in it?
Yep. It sure
I was
does.
thinking so. So I'll gently set the baby down for a second and then pick the lock on the door.
You
and
set him
pick the
down
baby
on
back
the
up again.
ground or in the straw inside of the night box?
No night box. No night. I'm not cramming the baby in the night box.
I was just checking. I've got to ask these things. I have to know right where you put them. So you put them down on the stairs beside you.
Yes.
All
and
right.
then I try to pick the lock.
All right. And the check for picking a lock is a...
At the ultra super secure orphanage.
Yeah. What is the check on this?
Sure.
Tig, help me. What's the check for picking a lock?
Lockpick? It's a skill.
It's a skill. You do not have open lock, so you're just going to have a dex check then.
Okay, so just roll
So,
dexterity check.
yeah, D20 plus 2 or just a dex check, yeah. Okay. With that, you're going to manage to, you're not real sure how to work these, but you fiddle with them enough that you hear a click and it turns and you get the door open.
Okay. Pick up the baby. I
Okay.
didn't forget the baby.
You pick up the baby.
We go inside the building and start snooping around. Are there like the doors? Do they have any kind of like any peering in, like a cutout of a window or anything to see?
There's
inside?
a little slot on the bottom that looks like it might be for a food tray.
I'll peer into one of the slots just to see how many children are inside a room.
All right. You go up to the first and you open the thing and peer inside. You see 4 pallets on the ground and children in rags that are just kind of sitting there staring at the floor. You see in this one, it looks like 3 human kids and a young dwarf.
Okay. Let's see. I'll check one more door just to see what's inside.
All right.
So lift the slot on the door on the other side, I guess.
Okay. You go to the other side and open that one up. You see 4 pallets in this one as well. But you see 3 kids sitting around. This time, they're all human. And you notice that the 4th has the blanket drawn up over it.
I see 10.
Okay. Do they take notice to the fact that their little slot has been lifted?
They don't seem to be paying any attention. After a few moments, you hear thudding on the stairs coming up from the basement.
Oh, like somebody's coming back. Okay.
Huh.
Is there anywhere that I can hide?
There is a stairwell going up into the building.
I'll go part ways up the stairs and so I can maybe try to keep an eye on what's going on to see if maybe they're taking a child away or if what they're doing.
Okay.
So I'll just go part way up the stairs at first, high enough that if I needed to turn and run up the stairs further, I could, but not so far that I couldn't see them.
Okay. You head upstairs part way. You're noticing as you get to the halfway point in the zigzag of the stairs that you can see up top, there's paintings on the walls, lavish furniture. It's definitely a stark contrast to what you're seeing downstairs.
Okay.
And you hear the matron talking with the 2 individuals as they're coming up. Yes, I'll have the next shipment ready for you 1 week from today. Oh, they're getting a little bit faster in their work. Yes. The other ones are talking with real hushed tones. All right, then.
It's a nice sweatshop.
Yeah, she comes up. All right, then. Thank you very much. She opens the door. You see one of the two individuals reaches into the coat and pulls out a large bag and hands it to her. She kind of checks it for weight. You hear the clinking of coins. Well, pleasure doing business with you. They head out carrying 2 large crates and head off into an alley as soon as they're out.
Okay.
She closes the door and locks it. She doesn't even look up. She's just looking into the bag.
Is she going up the stairs?
Yep, starting to head up the stairs.
I go up the rest of the way. Is the baby pretty quiet?
Right now.
Okay.
It'd be very unfortunate for that baby to start crying.
Let's see. I'm gonna hurry up the stairs and put on my my dark clothes with the hood so that at least I can hide my face a little bit. Yes, the cloak.
Okay.
So put that on. And I am going to pull out my crowbar and crouch in a corner, hopefully hidden enough.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait for her to pass and try to sneak away. If she sees me, then there's going to be another conversation.
All right.
I need to roll a stealth check.
You will need to roll the stealth check. So you get up the rest of the stairs, up into there's that center room. Looks like it's for receiving people, meetings maybe. There's a couch, a couple of chairs, a really nice tea set sitting in the middle of it. And you see another hallway going down to your right. This time there are no bars on the doors. One of them's actually slightly ajar. As you're going by, coming up, you crouch down in that doorwell. You can look inside and you see that there's actually a grand piano in this room. More paintings, books. There's a huge fur rug on the floor.
Like a bear rug, like a bear skin rug.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where does she go?
She comes up the stairs, and I'm going to roll her perception.
Do I need to roll my stealth?
Roll your stealth now.
Okay.
You'd only roll it if she's active.
Oh, no. She's got an active perception.
Okay, just
okay. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. So you see she goes straight past you without even paying any notice.
Okay.
She goes over, pulls out a key, and she gets to the end of the hall, and she unlocks a door, opens it, and heads inside. There you hear coins clinking on other coins and other metal objects.
Okay.
She comes back outside, pulls the door closed and locks it, and puts the key away.
Where does she put the key?
Inside her dress.
Okay.
She then turns and goes into the room across the hall from that one.
This is going to end so badly. This is going to be so bad. I don't like her. I don't care what happens to her either. Okay.
You've got a crowbar. What could possibly go wrong? I got my crowbar and I'm hiding in the shadows.
Hey.
What are you doing there in that corner of that crowbar? Nothing.
Who wants to know?
Okay. So she doesn't notice me.
You didn't notice.
Does she look like she's heading to a bedroom or something, or is she just...
You can't tell what was in that room. She just kind of turned, after she locked the coins away, she came out without holding the bag.
Okay, where is she heading to now?
She went into the room across the hall from that one, at the far end of the hall away from you. You've got a music room that you can tell, I guess, from this one where the piano is. An unopened door to your right across the hall.
Mm-hmm.
2 more unopened doors, and then at the far end, there's 6 doors in total. You see the last 2 sets of doors. The one on the right is where she put the money, and then the one on the left is the one she went into afterwards.
Okay. Did it sound like she locked the one that she went into, like, and stayed in?
You didn't hear it lock.
Okay, but it did close behind her?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of are we talking like keyhole situation? Is there a keyhole to peer through?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll look through the keyhole.
All right. You creep down to the end of the hall and you peer in through the keyhole. You see a really fancy, you're not sure what kind of wood that is. You might have expect to see this in some of a lord's castle. Desk set up. She's pouring herself something to drink out of a crystal decanter into a glass, sitting back down onto a chair that looks almost like a throne. There's expensive paintings in this room as well. Yeah. And she just kind of swirls it in the cup, sniffs it, takes a drink, sets it down, reaches into a box.
You got this. Come on, peeping
Some
Thomasina.
wafer, you're not sure, eats it, closes the box back. The stuff on the desk seems to be completely made of silver and a matching set.
Gosh, I could get some money off of this bitch. I could tell you what. All right, let's see here. What do I want to do?
Is the rest of the orphanage like quiet? No screams or cries or anything, or
It seems quiet at the moment.
silence. Okay.
You know what? For the moment, I want to head down to the basement and see what's going on down there.
All right.
You're rolling to see if the baby starts screaming,
The
aren't you?
baby does start moving around a bit, but gets comfortable and seems to stay.
That's
asleep.
metagame information.
So you creep back down the stairs and you go into the basement.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Down in the basement, you see several sets of looms
Okay.
all along the wall. They're a smaller size than you would expect for a comfortable fit for a tailor to work with, but
Perfect for an orphan child.
and several bolts of cloth made up over in this side, and then there's some sewing stations a little further down with dummies that looks like they've been making garments of some kind.
Can I tell what the garments are?
You can't tell what the garments they were making are from this, but you can tell that the cloth that they're weaving is really fine. This is expensive cloth.
Okay.
It's got to be the garb of the Scorched Earth clan.
Sounds about right. It's a bunch of orphan kids being run by this one matron woman.
All connected
right.
to the Scorched Earth clan.
Okay. Okay, so here's what I want to do.
All
First
right.
things first. I want to. How many doors contain children?
Okay, when you were upstairs, the doors going down that hall. Let me pull this up here. You saw 5 doors on either side. 5 doors on your left and 5 doors on your right. And they seem to be 4 children per door, generally.
Okay.
You said a while ago how many children were at the orphanage when she asked, right?
It was like 36.
37 or
37.
something.
37.
Yeah.
Okay. So a couple of the doors don't have as many kids in them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You thought taking care of one kid was rough.
Okay. I might need a minute to think.
Okay.
If you want to skip to somebody else, give me a second to think.
Everyone else has turned in for the night.
Oh no, they haven't. Come on. He's drinking. He's drinking and eating. We can't do that all night.
Drake, can we cut to you making some smacking sounds for a few minutes?
Challenge accepted.
You know what?
I can't drink and eat all night.
Okay.
Laura, the bar's rather quiet tonight with no bar here to play, and your other waitress not here.
I will say a quick prayer to my deity for the strength.
That's
to
a
do
good
this.
idea.
I will go back up the stairs.
All right. You get back up to the main floor.
I go to the door that woman is behind.
Ooh.
That's fine. If it starts screaming, it starts screaming.
So as you get back up to the main floor, while you were bouncing up the stairs, it must have disturbed the baby.
Okay.
It does wake up, it starts making sounds, and you can tell it's fixing to start crying because it's taking in air.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop off the baby.
You
Good
could
night.
shut it up.
No. Mother the baby. No, I'm gonna hurry up and take the baby to the other room that was open, the open area with the paintings and stuff like that. You said.
Okay, yeah, with the piano.
Yeah. I'll put it in there.
Bring it to the drop-off basket.
Try to put it somewhere somewhat secluded and safe. I'm not necessarily trying to hide him because obviously if he starts crying, it'll be easy to find him. But not that you could just find him like in 2 seconds. I don't want to just lay him in the middle of the floor.
Okay.
So after that happens, do I hear the rattling of a doorknob or anything like that?
When the child starts screaming, because he's going to start bellowing as you get up to the second floor, you do hear her door open. And you see that she comes out wielding a spiked chain, heading for the children.
From bad to worse.
I put the crowbar away and I draw my bow.
Okay. You've already been fed once today, you little ingrates. What do you want? She said, and she starts stomping. She hasn't seen you yet.
Okay.
Please, ma'am, can I have another?
First, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy. And in doing so, there's going to be, they're harmless, so it's not going to cause destruction of any kind, but they're tremors in the ground. So the ground's going to shake a little bit. So she'll be kind of shaken a little bit by a small earthquake, if you want to put it that way. Just trying to scare her.
All right.
What does she do at that? Does she do anything? Does she even notice?
When the ground starts shaking, she starts backing up.
Then I will cast the same spell, but I'm going to start casting it on every door I can. And what's going to happen is if it's unlocked, it will open and slam shut really, really fast. I'm going to do that on every door I can. I'm going to try to do what I can to scare the crap out of this girl. So I'm just trying, whatever doors might be unlocked in the area.
Okay.
I'll cast it on all of them.
So that's a cantrip, right? So you're kind of staying back near the music room, just shooting off at these little doors.
Yes.
All right.
It's got a range of 30 feet, so.
Well, thankfully, the screaming of the kid is covering up the fact that you're casting spells. So all she's hearing is a kid screaming somewhere, and she's starting to notice.
This one's only a visual component according to my thing. It's not
somatic.
Somatic?
Yeah, it's not verbal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's V, whatever V is.
Verbal.
So
It's verbal. Okay, so it's verbal. So that's all I have to do is to be able to speak it. So.
all right, verbal component. But like I was saying, covered up by the screaming of the kid, you're going to notice the floor shaking, all the doors start slamming. She just suddenly goes pale as if she's realized this is the spirit of an unhappy child.
Ghost.
And then when she starts to get really scared, I'm going to cast it on myself, and it's going to make my voice louder. And I'm going to try to make my voice sound like that of a child. And I'll say, "Why did you do this to us? Why? Why?"
It's the Russian ghost child.
I just start saying that over and over again.
Full Ebenezer.
Really loud.
Okay. You see, she starts screaming and starts running back into the room she came out of. You hear the door slam. But she's still inside. You can tell, you hear noises coming from inside.
Did it sound like it locked?
You did hear a bar, but she's still screaming inside, and there's something going on.
Then
No other children were woken by this.
Yeah.
Doors opening and shutting and screaming ghosts.
Oh yeah, no. Kids are freaking out downstairs.
I will run to the door and just start banging on it as hard as I can. I'm just, again, making noise.
All right.
And just start screaming at the top of my lungs like somebody's being murdered out in the hallway.
All right. Okay. You hear her scream out, "Go away!" And a crossbow bolt thuds and comes partway through the door.
Okay. Then at that point, I will. It came through the door, you said?
Partway. You just see the point come out of the door. It wasn't enough to like threaten you.
Okay, but it did come through a little bit.
Yeah.
That's fine. I put the bow away and I pull out my mace and I take it and I just like with a bat, I just smash it onto the door where the bow is to smack it back inside. And just continue to scream.
Okay. Okay.
Trying to smash the bolt back through.
Yes.
You
if it makes a hole, it makes a hole. I don't care.
So you start bashing on the door. Flakes of wood do start flying out on the other side. She screams, "No, no, get away! You won't have me!
You will die!"
You hear glass break, a scream, and a meaty thud.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
I guess I don't hear her anymore, do I?
It's silent on the other side.
Oh, good. Then I'm gonna go and try to pick the lock on the room with all the coins.
Mm-hmm. All right. You get the nope. Okay.
Not so good.
You go in, you start fiddling with it like I did this once before, and snap.
Damn it. Let's see.
You have several more picks, but one of them is wedged in there.
Just get one of the kids to pick it.
I'm sure they're experts at it. Is it like a door
Just use
handle
the base.
and like an old-fashioned key kind of thing?
Or beat it down with your mace.
I'm gonna use the mace and try to beat the handle right off the door, so that way
All
I
right.
can push it open.
Roll a strength check.
Oh God, it's never. That's not fair.
That's enough. You beat through the handle. It takes you a couple of swings, but you do manage to get through, and the door does come open.
Okay, I go in and I take all the coins I can find.
All right. How is your carrying capacity?
Let's see. Oh God, why? What? Why do I need to know this? Is it that much? Right now, I've got 57 pounds worth of stuff on me.
You're asking based on the fact that all upstairs is Richie Rich area?
Yeah.
I'm only going for coins. I'm not going for all expensive items. Just
Gold's heavy.
Yeah.
You go inside. You open up that door. The room is still richly decorated. You see a small metal box in the back of the room. Looks like a safe.
How heavy is it?
Try to lift it.
With a strength check?
Yeah.
Oh my God, how does that even happen?
This safe must be
What?
fused with the stone.
How can you roll a 0? Is that even possible?
Natural
It will
run
never
with a
move.
-1.
This safe is impossible to move.
Must have been built here.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's part of the building. You're pretty sure.
It's a combination. You might be able to figure it out.
How?
Time, trial and error. Perhaps there's something around somewhere. You're not sure.
Do I hear any commotion from the streets or anything at this point?
Not yet.
Okay. I'll look around the room and see if I can't find something to give me a clue as to what the combination might be.
There are 3 paintings on the walls. There's a sitting area in the room, a nice chair.
Okay.
A couple of books on the bookshelves, but nothing that straight out screams combination to you.
I'm going to start pulling paintings off the wall, see if there's anything behind those.
Okay. You get the first 2 paintings off the wall. You go for the one above the safe first, because that would make the most sense, right? You don't find anything behind it. You go after the other 2. All different paintings you're going to notice of her in various poses. Nothing behind any of the paintings.
Start pulling books off the walls. Maybe there's a secret passage in here somewhere.
You just start pulling books off of the shelf.
Yes.
You get to empty bookshelves.
Damn. Okay. This is going to be fruitless for tonight, so maybe I'll have to come back and torment her another night. So for now, I'm going to go run and grab the baby.
I think she's
Head
going to
back
be
down the
tormenting you.
stairs. Huh?
I said I think she's going to be tormenting you in the afterlife.
Go back down the stairs. Leave the building. Like, I'm going to check to make sure that there's nobody just like walking around or anything.
Mhm.
If it appears that the coast is clear, I will sneak out of the building, still in my hood, so my face is covered at least. And I'm going to head to the side of the building that I know that she jumped out of and see if she died or if she actually got away.
I'm gonna say, yeah, she's probably not necessarily alive at this point.
You go down the stairs, come out around, and you go around to the back of the building where she jumped out from her office.
Uh-huh.
And you see her there on the pavement, her neck bent at an unnatural angle, eyes open, but staring at nothing.
This is fine.
I'm okay. She's got that I'm okay look in her eyes.
The pearls from her necklace have scattered somewhat about. She's just lying there quite dead.
I bend down and look at her right in the eyes, and I'll say, in the words of Fleur, blessings upon you. I reach in and get the key.
Okay.
I go back in
Mm-hmm.
and open the safe. No, or open up anything I can find that would go with this key, because I don't know if it goes to anything else. I know the safe is a combination, but any other room that this works for?
Yep. So going through, you find the different rooms. You'll see that there's the music room. You
Okay.
find that first. You find a room that's mostly stocked with various rich kinds of alcohol. There's furs and paintings that she didn't quite like stored in this room.
You should take that grand piano. It's probably really expensive.
It's very expensive. There's a water clock in here. You go to the
I couldn't lift a safe. I don't think I could lift a grand piano.
the middle room on the right seems to be her privy. There's a bathing tub in there with the gold inlay. You see a fancy fixed in the floor chamber pot that seems to be directly over one of the other cells down below.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's
Okay.
just wrong. That would have been the goblin's room.
There were
You don't-
padlocks on all the doors downstairs, weren't there?
Yeah, bars and padlocks.
Does the key open the padlocks?
You don't know.
I know. I'm going to check.
It does not.
Damn it. Okay.
The locks on the children's rooms actually seem to be master quality.
Okay. I've caused enough damage here, so I will continue. I'll take the key with me.
Mm-hmm.
And just let the children starve to death.
And somebody will find them. They're gonna find.
Oh, really?
They'll
You
find
think so?
her. She's in the middle of the freaking street.
They'll be fine.
And I will make a mad dash back for the tavern.
All right.
With the baby.
With the baby. You dash back to the tavern carrying the crying baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to hush it as I run. Shh, don't cry, don't cry.
Just so you know, though, across the other room that you find, that was across from that room, is the pantry, it seems.
Okay.
There's hams, smoked hams hanging up there, all kinds of decadent foods. And then there's a bag of grain with it's already got worms in it, and a bucket and a ladle that just seem to keep being reused.
That's got to be the children's food. The
That
worm
was
food.
The
Worm food.
That was the last room. Okay, you make it back to the tavern for the night.
And I go to the kitchen. I'll try to find the baby something to eat.
The baby seems to calm down with milk.
Would have been a much more simpler solution than what I did. That give the damn baby some milk and take it back tomorrow.
Save the goblin child, only to leave all the rest of the human children to die.
Save the goblin,
right.
save the world.
And I'm just gonna keep a very close ear on the gossip tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So she's back at the bar?
Yeah, she comes back into the bar.
I thought you were gonna drop off that baby.
Well, what you'll see is she'll run in frantically, but she's got a hood over her head. So she's got like a black cloak and a hood's over her head. And she's like hunkered down, like so she looks like an old like crazy woman running through. The only thing that you might think that it was her was because you could hear the baby.
Was the baby making noise then?
Yeah.
He said it was crying, so
You'll hear the distinctive cry of a goblin child.
Then I would have said, I thought you were gonna drop off that baby.
what the baby? There's no baby. Go to bed.
Weren't you going by the orphanage, Laura?
No, I never went by orphanage. I changed my mind. I take tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'll go to my room.
You take.
Why you all hunkered down like that?
I hurt my back.
It's not that heavy of a baby. You can fit him in your hand.
Oh, the
That's
safe
what
was heavy,
happens when
no?
you roll a 0.
All right. So you go to your room and turn in for the night.
Yes.
Now we'll go to the time passing part. A couple of days will pass.
Which apparently I'm going to be caring for this child for the first couple of days.
Sragg, I do have one question. No one drops off the matron's body to the church?
Wait for it. It's coming in your montage.
I need a montage.
All right.
Cue city music.
Yeah, city music. So the next couple of days are passed rather harmlessly for the most part. Going to the bar, Svetlana, you work your shift the next couple of days listening to the gossip. You hear how the matron of the orphanage decided to off herself.
Oh, good. It's a suicide.
Yep, she jumped out of the window.
It was later discovered that she was embezzling funds from the orphanage.
Yes, it was. They were
Everybody
not happy about
assumed
that.
she just couldn't live with the guilt.
Mm-hmm.
She was.
But do I hear any questioning about why the place was in such disarray?
No one seems to be questioning that.
That would totally be the rumor.
It was
that-
the orphan's fault, obviously.
That's the rumor that Finias has been like, just embellishing like over and over again.
It's kind of odd. She had a real cushy job. Yeah, do you see how nice it was? And there wasn't a single kid for her to take care of. I don't know. There were several cells downstairs, but they were all empty.
Oh, really? Yeah.
They're all slaves now, aren't they?
You don't know. So that's the gossip going on at the tavern. Why the very much overpaid orphan matron decided to kill herself, even though she didn't have any responsibilities. Perhaps it was a lack of responsibility, maybe. I don't know. She just had nothing to do.
She killed
was
herself
lonely.
over a lack of responsibility.
She was lonely.
She had literally nothing to live for.
I have no purpose. Oh man.
Yeah. So Fleur, you'll get a body dropped off. Rather a hefty woman that seems to have fallen and broken her neck. She's dropped off, covered in a rag. They assure you that she was found that way. Yes, she jumped out of the window stark naked.
Is that insight?
No, the person that drops her off says that's how he found her.
She's got to be in some kind of horribly contorted rigor mortis situation right now.
Yeah, it's bad. You have to get some help putting her into a box. But you manage.
It's like after seeing the girl from The Ring, how they look after they see the ring girl, you know?
Yeah.
They're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Finias, you notice on the streets and over the next couple of days that there seems to be a rash of young pickpockets.
Okay, well that's good.
I would
That they
attempt
got
to.
out.
oh, goody!
I would attempt to like talk to some of them and recruit them, and you know, what's his face's little birdies?
You're gonna become like Littlefinger or
Yeah.
the what's his name? The mute
Well,
or not the mute,
The eunuch.
eunuch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spider. That's
Yeah.
Varys.
Varys, yeah.
There we
So-
go.
You end up getting a lot of little birdies with you that will help with whatever you need. Now, they all let you know straight up, though. They'll do anything to help you so long as it doesn't cross Papa.
Papa?
Yes, you get that name several times.
Ah.
Papa.
They've been recruited by old uncle, whatever.
Pap-
Thieves Guild.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll hear the name Papa several times. As long as it's Papa's fine with it.
Papa? As in-
Papa.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
It's kind of like Papa, but not quite.
But with a paw.
Uh-huh.
It's Papa, not Papa.
Oh, Papa.
It's a combination of Pappy and Papa.
I'm never going anywhere by myself ever
Or an
again.
animal paw.
That should have taken all of 5 minutes. Walk in, dump the baby, and go.
You may not have known this, but you never go into a Sragg orphanage. Ever.
I've never done it before, but I'm never doing it again.
Especially alone. There has not been a single orphanage that has survived an encounter with Sragg.
You seem to have made off pretty well, all things considered.
You know, I just handled the situation the way I did it. Just burned
That's
it.
why Vox burned it down. Yeah, he's like, fuck this, I'm just gonna burn it down.
When in doubt, burn it to the ground.
That's it. Yeah, anyway, sorry.
Not a problem.
There.
Don't
Does
worry.
a fox breathe fire?
I'll take responsibility for that one.
Over the next course of days, you end up with your training, learning a few new tricks, Thargeth, and also your coin purse gets several coins lighter, running into kids. Yeah. They have this little game they play where one of them runs up beside you and blows in your ear really hard. The other one steals a few coins and runs off.
One of them tries to kick me in the head.
No, they avoid kicking you in the head. That's a terrible thing to do.
That's just rude.
Yeah, that's horrible. Who would do
They
that?
know. They already know about your injury, so they keep away from it because they know how much you just absolutely hate it to be kicked in the head. You complain about it enough.
Are any of them purple?
No, none of them can be purple. They don't take much
walk
from
around
you.
with like monkey emblems on them or nothing, right?
All
Right. They take some of your drinking coppers, but not enough that you ever really miss it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No more than I lose at the bar.
Right.
This is true. Between me and Maevis.
Yeah.
With friends like this, who needs enemies?
So
I'm gonna have to go talk to Farmer Brown about his building of his cabin. My first
Oh yeah,
thing.
what did we notice about Farmer Brown in those couple days?
That's true. Mr. Paid to the Platinum.
he doesn't seem to do too much. He stays up in his room, rests, and always pays with coins that are a little bit too big.
I would be scamming the shit out of him.
Does he ever come down?
No. He pretty much takes his food in his room. He pays a little extra to have the service delivered there.
I don't know how many days have passed, but I mean, obviously at some point I need to discuss with Foedrin if we're gonna wait for him to be back for that or not.
No, he's detained, and you haven't seen your bard in a few days either. Fleur, after you buried the body of the matron, you kept your word and went to Silvery Moon. You were accosted by goblins and slain along the road. It was terrible.
Pathological.
I like when time fast forwards like that, right? Yeah, I'm sorry to say.
It's always how it works, right?
You made it fine. Unfortunately, several members of your wagon train did not. Dysentery, it's terrible.
How many goblins did he kill, though? That's XP. I mean, we gotta,
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So you managed to carry out your orders. You delivered the warning to Silvery Moon and made it back to...
I stopped by the magic shop in Silvery Moon.
Are you gonna try to haggle your necklace in Silver Moon now?
See if I can, what I can get for this necklace in Silvery Moon.
In Silvery Moon, you go to a magic shop. You haven't really done this in Silvery Moon, so you go to one that's in a back alley.
I would go to one that looks decent on the main merchant hub. That's
Okay.
fancy building.
You could roll an investigation check.
He might have been trying to give you a deal there, Scott.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, you go to one that's in a fancier side of town.
It's called the Hoity-Toity Magic Shop.
Yeah, you go to the hoity-toity magic shop. You get two different people in that magic shop.
Okay.
The clerk that's behind the counter offers to buy the necklace from you for 50 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another man in there that says that he'd give you 100 right now with no questions asked.
Why were there
Bum,
questions?
bum, bum, wow. You just gonna think about it for another hour?
Counting actually how many members we had last party. Well, hell, it's not like they know. Sure, we'll sell it for the 100.
All right. The cloaked man hands you 100 gold, takes the necklace.
You could have had 150.
Yeah. And
You could have been a contender.
takes off into the night to never be seen again
Yep.
at 100 gold.
Okay. Back to Silvery Moon we go.
Moondell. You head back north to Moondell carrying
Yes.
coins. All right.
Yep.
Did you pick up some beans too?
Oh
Of
yeah.
the
Magic
magical
beans.
variety?
Oh yeah. Totally picked up some magic beans too.
You will notice one odd thing, because you
Yeah,
do
sure,
see goblins passing occasionally.
Uh-huh.
You avoid them because they're going in large vans. But what you'll notice is you see a couple of goblins that look really stunted and ugly, and they're all a blue color.
So Smurfs?
Blue.
Yeah. No. That band of goblins seems to be following. There's 3 of them, and they're following one in robes.
So Smurfs. They're screaming something about a Gargamel.
Is the guy in robes has a cat with him?
No. You notice that that man was chasing a group of the goblins. You'll see the one in the robes wave his hands, and a blast of fire comes out and takes out 3 of the goblins from the pack that's going ahead of them. and they start screaming something and then start heading back to the east.
What's there?
Definitely Gargamel.
Hold on. Oh, I couldn't wrap my head around this. Tell me one more time what I saw. I saw 2 goblins running around.
No, you saw lots of regular goblins going to the west, right?
Uh-huh.
And then one of these large groups of regular goblins that was running across the road, that you decided not to mess with because there were so many you would easily be killed.
Uh-huh.
How far away was he from this? Like right in front of him? They're running across.
A good 200 foot. 200 foot behind a tree kind of watching. And that's when you see the other 3, one in dark robes and a couple of other blue goblins falling behind him. Engulf the trailing members of the green band with fire. They just fall dead, toasted, gone. Turned to
So
ash.
Gargamel and the Smurf goblins were killing the other goblins.
Hold
Sure.
on. Does this look exactly
Okay.
What?
Does this look exactly like that bourbon bottle that was brought to the church?
That it is a good char on them, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait till actually. I don't even know why I'm bothering with this because I know where this is going. I'm gonna wait for them to leave, and I'm gonna go investigate the charred body.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
They are charred.
I'm gonna load them up in the wagon. Back to Silvery Moon we go, right to the barracks. And I'm
Okay.
talking to whoever the highest ranking known official that I worked with back when I was enlisted to show them.
All
And
right.
say, and give the information about this, that it's a possible lead for this Scorched Earth band.
So you had a wagon and you're loading bodies onto your wagon?
Yeah, he's been crawling around with the old mare and the bring out your dead wagon.
I was gonna say, you're screaming, "Bring out your dead!"
All right, so you drop off the 3 charred goblins, and they say, "Yeah, this looks similar."
I'm going to turn around and tell them exactly what I see, or that I
Mhm.
saw. Explain in great detail about these blue goblins that are hooded. Sounds crazy to me when I'm explaining this.
Yeah, that's the kind of the reaction you're getting. Blue goblins, you say?
Yes.
Blue man
Blue
goblin.
Right. I'm sure that's exactly the response I got.
Pretty much.
This is the soldiers that I worked with before for X amount of years.
Have you been resting enough, Fleur? Are you Maybe you should take some more time off.
The drinky sign.
Did you happen to wander through the mushroom patch to the west?
That always been happening.
Watch out for the red goblins. They're really bad. You hear someone in the back that's back. Do they come in red? Well, they didn't come in blue yesterday.
I saw 3 pink goblins the other day.
The marauding parties went east on the Moondale Road.
Well, thank you, Fleur. We'll check it out. You obviously have some roast goblins here. That's something.
That's disgusting.
I can't account for what you saw, but you've never steered me wrong before, so we'll take it under advice.
It's like you found rotting fried corpses, and your first thing was to bring them to me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yep, they're dead and they're fried. Really helpful.
All right.
You know, he's probably looking at him like,
They
what the hell
take down the notes about blue goblins roasting green goblins.
Can they be the Blue Goblin group?
So I'm done. Go on.
Okay.
Go on. I can't get my session in, so go.
Go.
What do you got?
Or this the same group that has been zealous about chasing after the Scorched Earth band?
Yes.
No one
No.
has
No one has any idea who they are,
who they are, or what they look like, or anything of that sort.
but blue goblins. You know what I mean? They're kind of like, well, okay, it's a lead. I mean, we had that one time when we thought that it was some type of amphibious dragon.
Okay.
There's the other guy that thought it was the matchstick kid.
Well, anyways, if that's it, then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna head back to Moondale.
All right.
That's it.
You saw what you saw. But good luck convincing the others of that currently. That's just crazy.
Yep.
But you did see, and just to point out, only the lead one had a hood. The others were wearing trousers, and you could see how deformed they looked.
Was it a jerk? Oh, I wouldn't even know that anyway, so it wouldn't matter.
Okay. All right.
Finias.
That's what they
we're
call me
now.
when they're drunk. What are you talking about, Finias? What's that? Sorry, I missed what you said.
On the last day of your montage, you go to sleep at a regular time with a few friends.
Kinky. Phineas is into that.
But you wake up the next morning feeling horrible.
You better have some of your anti-HIV potion.
Get rid of that rash.
Yeah, I would crack. I would crack open one of the red-colored healing potions.
Okay. You drink down the healing potion. You feel much better.
It's just water.
Yeah. Okay, you don't
Kool-Aid.
feel. You know what? You get the placebo effect. Do you believe it works?
Yeah, no, it was just like I was like, oh, I'm dehydrated. I'll just drink one of my potions because it's just water.
It's just water. It's Gatorade.
All right. You get the water down you. Is this the right book? It's not. I wonder I'm not finding what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, but just a second. Okay, but when you get up, you look in the mirror and you drink down the water. You have some bruising.
Wow, that was a good night.
And you look over on your nightstand and see a black tome.
I wonder who left this.
Pardon?
I said, I wonder who left this to myself. And I would go grab it.
All right. And I can't find the item, but it doesn't matter. You'll also see sitting on top of the tome a little gold chain holding a shard of crystal. The crystal's vibrant purple.
Interesting. Do I notice anything else about this? You said it's a amulet? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is an amulet. Here we go. Now I'm where I need to be. I can read you about it. There we go. A single shard. You don't know about that, so it doesn't matter. Yep. Okay. It's a crystal shard amulet of some kind. It's a purple color. Sitting on top of that black book.
Purple crystal shard. Like just a shard, like attached to like a necklace or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's in the book?
The book is a shadowy tome. And where's my description?
I crack it open to the front, looking for like if somebody wrote their name in it.
What languages do you speak?
Dwarvish and Common.
There is some script in the book, but you can't make it out. The symbols look slightly elven.
Interesting. I'll just put it in my backpack. Maybe I'll find who it belongs to later.
There we go. Here we are. Somewhere. Where'd it go? Tome. I lost tome. I forgot what book tome is in. Is that in the base player's handbook?
The what?
The tome.
Pact of the Tome?
Yeah, is that in the base player's handbook?
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking everywhere else for it. That's my problem.
Page 107.
I always gotta make it more difficult. That's obviously in something else. There we go.
Actually, when I flip through it, I'm gonna find identifies one of the first level spells in it.
Okay. Yes.
And I will
Good.
let you know what the other spell is at some point.
3 cantrips. Okay, good. We got some more.
So yeah, I've opened it up and I see instructions on how to cast Identify as a ritual, so I'm gonna go figure out how to do that.
Okay.
This is handy.
Good. Svetlana.
Yeah.
On the final day of your montage, you feel particularly connected with your goddess, as if she's pleased for all the misfortune that you've wrought upon certain very fortunate individuals.
Oh, joy. Does anyone ever take over the orphanage again?
It has been left empty over the past couple of days. You'll see lots of furniture being moved out of it, things being sold, paintings being burned as they were worthless.
There goes that grand piano.
Yeah.
And that unmovable safe.
Yeah. One person will carrying it out.
Did you actually go watch over this place, or?
I would have been keeping an eye on it because if somebody was going to take it back over, I was going to try to give the baby back again.
No one's taken it over as of yet, but you've also noticed that no one's taken the safe out. You've never seen it being carried out anyway.
Well, yeah, because that thing wasn't going nowhere.
It was set into the wall pretty well, so.
Is there always somebody in there, or is it kept locked, or?
The door is kept locked, but there's not always someone in there, no.
Okay.
They'll come in, they'll clean out a couple of rooms, haul the stuff to the trade quarter to be sold. You see on the last day that they're bringing her desk down from the second floor, and it is huge. So it's taking several men to get it down. They're cleaning out her office now. So there's not very few rooms. There's not very many more rooms left for them to do.
Okay. I'm guessing this is the only orphanage in the town.
Yes, it is.
I will ask around and find out what's going to happen to the orphanage itself. Is there going to be a new one put in its place, or?
You will find out without too much trouble that they will be bringing in a new matron mother as soon as the orphanage has been repurposed. Apparently the last one had put it too much in her taste.
Okay. Do they have a estimated time frame on that?
They say that they'll have it done probably within 4 more days.
Okay. So then for the time being, I will hang on to the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go and find Fleur and ask if the, matron mother was brought to the church.
Okay. All right. And that's all on the end date. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. So let's bring it back in on the end day of your week montage. You've been caring for the baby for a while. It started to get really attached to you.
Too bad. Not keeping the thing.
Well, what I mean, though, is you're getting the tricks for how to calm it down.
Gotcha.
It loves this really fun game where you throw it out the window.
You mean like cram it into a night box?
Yeah, something like that. You meet up with Fleur when Fleur gets back to town, actually. That'll be the end day of the montage. Basically, everyone coming back together in the tavern one more time, because everyone's been off doing their own thing for a few days.
Okay.
You haven't seen many people hanging around besides Thargeth, who's here every night, drinking, eating, picking fights. Actually, you haven't seen Harold in 2 nights since Thargeth broke his nose. It was over a small misunderstanding.
Okay.
You called me short.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So let's bring it back in with everybody there at the tavern. You put the baby down for rest. You fed it. Dealing with the evening shift. Fleur just makes it back into town. Thargeth is already there. And Finias comes in looking paler than usual.
Everybody?
Like ill pale or?
A bit. Yes.
Okay.
Do I feel ill?
You
Do
don't
we all
feel
see
quite
him?
right. Yes. You feel a little off.
Okay.
But not the worse for wear. Just, how when you just generally don't feel good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's no real issue. I just don't feel good.
Gotcha.
But he's noticeably ill?
Noticeably paler. He's not missing any. He's still just as witty and snappy as before. He might seem a little bit off, but he doesn't seem like he's on death's door or anything, if that's what you're asking. He doesn't seem sick.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start there. Fleur and Finias kind of show up at the same time. Fleur pulling up in the cart. You just made it back to town, Fleur.
So who comes in first?
I'm sure Fleur would, because, Fleur would have to take the cart around back. Come in. They'd pretty much be cresting the door almost at the same time. It's about the average time when y'all come meet up around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Anywhere from 3 to 5, y'all usually show up. Laura's kind of expecting you and already has the plates ready as you're a couple of minutes later than usual. Due to various things. Finias, I'm sure.
Fleur! Where have you been? You haven't been at fighter practice. I mean, you're moving your mouth, but I can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh no, he went to mime school.
Oh, you've been busy at mime school.
And Silvery Moon.
They have a mime
Silvery
school?
Moon? Why are you in Silvery Moon?
Well, I was letting Silver Moon know about the roaming goblins.
The roaming goblins.
No mention of blue goblins whatsoever.
Blue goblins? Oh, you're not telling me about blue goblins?
Mentioning a word about that.
No, that's fine. I wasn't going to bring it up. Goblins, you say? Roaming? Where are they roaming to?
Well, that's where we found the baby.
All right, the goblin baby. So there's more of these goblins roaming about?
There's several bands roaming about. I saw 3 or 4 bands coming back from Silvery Moon.
I see.
Are
They didn't give you a hard time, did they?
Nope. I just picked up the dead, kept on going.
When you
Picked
are
up
talking
the
about the
dead.
goblin, she's gonna walk over.
Okay.
Did you see what direction any of the goblins were going? Perhaps they'd be willing to take the baby back.
You haven't gotten rid of the baby?
Not
That's a
exactly.
good idea. Give the goblin baby back to the goblins. They probably want it back, you know.
Well, I did not take it from them. All the goblins were dead. There was no
Well,
one to
I'm sure they
take.
didn't just give it to you.
What do we know about?
Why do you still have the baby?
What do we know about
What?
goblins? Are they like birds? Like once it smells a human, do they take it back?
All right.
They are
What if they don't want it back?
a primitive race, but civilized enough that they would probably care for the child. It's a good assumption.
Maybe you should roll it around and crap a little bit and then give it back.
Did you not hear, Fleur, about what happened to the matron of the
Oh
orphanage?
no, trust me, I saw the matron.
Oh,
I
you
had to put it in
did?
a box.
What do you mean, put her in a box?
Well, she was kind of stiff when I got her, and she was naked.
Oh, why was she naked?
I don't know. They said that's what she was found in. You seem like you know something.
I don't
Now,
know.
why
any-
wouldn't she be naked?
I don't know. What do you mean? I know
Okay.
something. I don't
What
know.
do you know about
You're
dead matrons?
always listening for rumors and such. I didn't know if someone might have came in here and gave out something.
I've been listening to the rumors. The rumors are pretty bad.
I mean, if I'm gonna die, I want to be naked.
Everybody knows she was skimming off the top, living the
yes,
luxurious
they
lifestyle.
found many
She
discrepancies.
was skimming off the top.
They found many what?
discrepancies.
Well, if she was skimming off the top, you would think that she would have been found something other than her birthday suit. She was probably mugged beforehand or robbed.
Probably. They say she took her own life. Very tragic.
Guess the guilt of hurting all those children finally got to her.
I suppose so. She got what she deserves.
I heard there was no children in the orphanage there. They're all empty cells.
I have a suspicion there was children in the orphanage.
Why do you say that?
Reasons. I've got.
Do you think that the children are at least okay?
I think they're doing great. Just keep your coin purses close to yourselves.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, good. Whew, good to hear. Glad that the children are not starving in their cells.
The children that didn't exist
what?
aren't starving.
Their cells?
I'm sorry, what?
You said that they're.
I said that it was good that they're not starving in cells, you know?
Well, why would they be starving in cells if the church or if the orphanage had that much money? I don't understand that she's skimping from the top.
Because the rumor is she was not taking care of the children.
Fleur, they said there was no children in the cells anyway.
Well, I see. You know what? Maevis was over there. She said that she was going to go take the goblin baby over there before all of this.
What's
if,
that got to do with anything?
So if Maevis says that if the kids were in the
You mean
cells,
Svetlana?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like confused.
Who are you talking about?
if Lana
We
said
haven't
that they're
seen
not,
Maevis in
if they're
days.
not starving in the cells, then that.
But there was none there to begin with, so it doesn't matter.
You almost sound like you are suspicious of me for some
I'm
reason.
not suspicious of you at all. Why would I be suspicious of my friend?
It is just a saying, you know, children starving in cells.
I've never heard that saying.
It's a
I've heard others
it's
saying.
a saying from my village where I come from.
Inside check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll your checks.
Sorry.
Rural.
You in private.
You roll.
In private to the DM roll either persuasion if it's the truth or deception if it's a lie.
Insights public.
Yeah, we can roll public.
Finias, you're off your game.
Yeah. She's telling the truth, Fleur. Leave her be.
No.
Fleur,
Yes.
You have a vision.
Huh?
Just for a flash, a second, everything goes kind of a shades of blue, and you see a well-dressed woman with jewels and furs standing behind Svetlana, staring down at her, and then it cuts back.
Oh shit.
You okay there, Fleur? Looks like you've seen a ghost.
Perhaps you should have a drink. Would you like a drink? There?
Oh, I think I am quite good on drinks tonight.
Are you sure?
Sragg,
Have some meat. There's plenty of meat here.
2 things, Sragg.
Mhm.
First one was the. Okay, never mind. Religion check to see if I've ever seen anything in that my line of work before like that. Do you want it public or DM'd?
Public's fine.
Yeah, the only reason we do the private was because we don't necessarily know if she's telling the truth or not.
Yeah. Well, that was great.
A flash like that, you've heard talk. Sometimes higher ups with Kelmore can see the deceased, especially if they're vengeful. But you've never experienced anything like that before. Basically, common knowledge. That's what you're going to get with that.
Gotcha. That's Lana,
Yes.
be careful tonight. I think I'll be back in a little bit. Want to head to the church real quick. Need to drop off a wagon and such before I can come in and enjoy anything.
Where are you going? We were having a conversation about the matron. Why are you leaving all of a sudden? You
know
didn't
what?
even have a drink.
Maybe I did see a ghost. I'll just leave it at that.
You saw a ghost? Where? I'm looking around.
Well, how would you know?
You don't see any ghosts?
How would I know what?
Sir, I must say it is unsettling whenever you tell me to take care of myself tonight.
I did not give you a blessing. I just said be mindful of yourself tonight.
Why?
Why? What's wrong with her?
There's
Why she
weird
need a blessing?
There's just
What about
weird
me?
obstacles.
I got
Fine.
kicked in the head.
Thargeth, blessings upon you.
Oh no!
That's more like it.
Well, we all gonna die at some point.
All right.
Thargeth's gonna die tonight, dude.
No, Thargeth's not gonna die tonight. I'm quite sure of it.
Yeah. See. What he said.
Unless
Gee, I'm sorry.
Unless, our wonderful marmoset makes it out and decides to deliver another kick to the head. But I'm sure this time Thargeth will have the upper hand.
Oh, indeed. I have my pick and my chisel.
You see,
Or my pick and my hammer.
Laura walks through and puts more drinks on the table for y'all. And as she walks from behind Svetlana, putting them down, you see she kind of shivers. And, there's a draft in here.
Did you see a ghost too? I'm looking back.
No, it's just a draft.
So who's this bar you're playing tonight? It's really, really good compared to our other friend.
You see, Laura looks down at you. There's no one up there, Thargeth. She picks up your drink.
Oh!
She
Maybe
starts
that's
looking
what-
questioningly at your head.
Are you sure you're
I
ready
need
to
to
be out and
change the
about?
bindings. I think they might be a little too tight.
Would you mind helping me with that?
She starts changing the bindings on Thargeth's head.
Whoa. Maybe it's
You
the
can
ghost.
see where the circulation's been cut off up above the top.
That was a lovely tune. That ghost has been singing very nicely.
What's it's been saying? Doom on you.
I know, it was a lovely tune. How about ale and ale?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so if you missed that, I left for the church.
All right, so you head to the church for the evening, pull up your cart. What are you doing?
Putting up the cart and going immediately to some of the seniors, and I'm asking about this vision.
Okay.
I am investigating to see if I can find out. I'm going to the people who've had those experiences before.
You go and you're going to talk to Narvi. He's the head priest there. And when you tell him what you saw, he just kind of brushes it all off, and he's so happy. Oh, Fleur, you finally got the sight. Oh, this is a day to celebrate.
Well, but what happens to the person who is being haunted?
Well, the spirit usually takes their vengeance, of course.
Why would they be wanting vengeance if the person's innocent? Or is there actual innocence at this point?
You never know, Fleur. I haven't been to the other side myself personally, but it could be a perceived wrong. You're never really sure. You could try to calm the spirit somehow. Never had much luck with that.
Well, how would you calm?
And give them what they want. Right the wrong.
Dun 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 dun.
Shaggy.
Okay. Well, if you said this is for celebration, then what exactly do for the celebration?
He goes and he pops. He goes over to the cabinet to start getting a drink. You see, he's getting a bottle down from the rack. This one. And he's reached for something that you use to ease people when they're in immense pain. This makes them die peacefully. Ah, yes. You see there's a bottle of wine right next to it. This is it.
Wait. I stop him.
Don't you want a drink?
Don't you?
I've been saving this stuff.
No. Hold on.
That's deadly nightshade. We don't drink that one. No.
I stop it back. We turn the label, dust it off. Nightshade. Put it back up on the shelf. I grab the other one. Thinks is nightshade. See? You've been saving this one. See? Look it. Rub off the one.
Well, I'll be, Fleur. Yes, that would have been a short party, huh? He pops the cork and starts pouring glasses. He pours the both of you a glass, toasts you, has his drink, and then kind of just sits there and nods off. Mid-talk. You can wake him up.
Yeah. No. Does he seem like it's a restful sleep, or is it like a...
or very restful sleep?
It's a restful sleep.
Okay. It's not as in, Okay, let me ask my question differently. Is it different, or is it the same as with the Nightshade one when you give the people to rest for them to die?
It looks about the same, regardless.
Is he still breathing?
He's breathing. He does this a lot. You're kind of used to him. Just kind of in mid-sentence, he'll nod off.
Okay, well, I will do the one toast. I'm going to check for poison, and then we'll down it.
All right. You sniff it. It doesn't smell poisonous.
Go.
Very sleepy. No, you're fine.
A toast, and then from there, I'm heading back to the tavern.
Okay.
For more toast.
Yes. Maybe I can get some butter with it this time.
Svetlana, you noticed that draft too. It is cold in here.
Are the windows open?
No. And neither is the door. It only seems to be in one spot.
I get up and move to another spot.
It stays warm there for a bit, then it eventually starts creeping up on you again. You feel that cold.
Lara, we have a draft in here. It's terrible.
I know. We're going to have to get to the bottom of this. She starts heading upstairs to check and see if someone's left something open.
Sragg, are we the only ones here tonight, or who's here?
Yes. Right now, it's the farmer that's upstairs in his room. And the three of you.
Seriously, how does this inn operate? Like, you're the only patrons.
Everybody here will know. Laura, when she was left this inn, back in the day, this was a extremely popular inn. She might be independently wealthy.
She's just really lonely. She just likes our company now.
This isn't so much an inn as it's our clubhouse.
Pretty much. It's Laura's clubhouse, and she has friends that come over for tea. The inn does not do well as far as turning a profit, but it's enough to keep it open without costing her too much.
I mean, heck, it's not like Lana's paid.
Lana does make some wages.
Write those down.
Mostly in tips.
Write them down.
I make good tips.
Yes.
Whether they want to or not.
Just for the sake of discussion, you make it back from the temple without too much issue.
Okay.
I'll be walking around the tavern trying to find the location of the draft.
What are you doing walking around like that? You look weird.
You only hear one odd thing as you're heading back.
Okay.
Just a few blocks away from the inn, you hear thudding along the rooftops.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Frickin' purple wombat.
Eyes
But
on long.
much to your surprise, following shortly afterwards, you hear several more thumps, and in chorus with the theme song.
Oh no, he's recruited some of the children. The marmoset has marmosites.
Like that whole.
I'm pretty sure that's
Doctor
not the
about
plural.
that?
It is now. Marmosites. It's like Vegemite.
A problem here. I'm just gonna. Nope. One problem at a time.
You hear him jump to another roof. Come, my mighty marmomites!
Marmomites.
As the, you know what? As they're jumping along, it's like scaling, jumping between that house. It's like blessings upon all of you. And I keep walking. Maybe one of them will fall.
Yeah,
No.
so just one
Break
of
their-
them falling dead.
They seem to be fine. Continuing on, delivering justice. You make it back to the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
To answer Thargeth, she'll be like, "There is a draft. Do you not feel the draft? This is annoying, and it's very cold."
Do I feel a draft?
You do not.
What draft? You're daft. There's no draft.
I'll walk over to him because he doesn't feel the draft, and I'll assume that next to him is safe from the draft.
After she sits there for a while near you, you do notice a chill in the air.
Why'd you bring your chill over here?
I cannot bring a chill with me.
Well, it came with you.
When it did not, there is a draft in here.
It's following you around, apparently.
I don't think that the draft can have a mind of its own.
You'll hear this
Well, I
argument
didn't
as you
feel it
enter.
till you came over here.
What
I
did you say,
didn't feel
Sragg?
it.
I'm telling Fleur that she'll hear this argument as she comes in.
Oh, okay.
You can't bring a draft. Well, it came with you.
I hold up
A
my
draft is a
beer.
draft. There is just a hole
technically.
somewhere.
Oh, you changed your mind, Fleur. You're here for a drink after all.
Go.
What?
Try using Divine Sense.
All right.
See if I feel anything inside the tab.
Is that like a verbal and gesture thing? How does that work? Do you just walk in and cast spells as you walk in?
It shouldn't even be a casting of
It's
a
a
spell.
supernatural
It should be,
ability.
it's just supernatural.
She just goes.
She passes
You
gas.
know the location of undead within 60 feet, not behind to cover. Yes, you detect a reasonably strong spirit of great evil in this inn.
I wave.
Where? Yeah, you wave. Where exactly?
Yeah, hey, it's just me.
Where exactly
What are you
am I
looking at?
You're detecting it behind Lana.
Behind Lana.
Mm-hmm.
Still waving. He's back there. Hey.
Just gonna kind of wait and see if she's actually like how this argument's gonna go, and if she gets up and starts moving on, where if it's following her or not, just to confirm.
Yeah, if he's gonna continue to complain, she'll get up and move across the table. There.
You go over there. It's chilly now.
When she moves, you'll notice it gets warmer, room temperature again, and you'll notice that the evil presence seems to be following her. Yes.
Okay. Confirm.
Go sit by Finias.
Phoenix, do you
doesn't.
feel the draft?
No.
Finias, you
speak
look like
to you
you could
because
use some. Go ahead.
I just say I go sit with you then because there is a draft over here. So I
You
go
look
sit
like
next
you
to
can use some sun, Finias.
What? What do you mean?
do a
You look a
character
little-
review.
Little pale, just a little bit.
Is there a
You
mirror?
feeling all right?
Is there a mirror?
Yeah,
I will go look at myself in the mirror.
you do seem a little pale.
Well, this isn't gonna do. I will disguise self back to normal looking.
All right. You disguise self back to normal. You get your color back. That bruising fades.
There we go. Good as new.
That's better. You look right. The cold's over there. I've got food. Friends back for a drink. Good times.
Fleur, can I get you something to eat or to drink?
Sure. I'll take
Well-
something to eat.
Fleur seemed kind of distracted.
I'll go get her some food.
An intelligence saving throw. Okay.
Sure.
Uh,
Let's go. I'm thinking on something. Sorry. No. Honestly, sure. Food sounds great.
let me see for Laura, because everyone's got to make a saving throw for that, right?
Well, if they're actively
What?
trying to see through it.
Okay. Yeah. Nobody's really like peering at you. I just don't suppose.
Don't care.
Don't care. You're a monster.
At the moment, she is racking her mind on how she can save one of her best friends growing up. So,
What's wrong?
oh, geez, I wonder.
She'll be fine.
Mm,
She'll probably just have to deal with it after everyone goes home for the night.
How's the baby? Is he
The
crying?
baby hasn't made a sound for a while.
How long is a while?
Go over and shake it quick.
About 3 hours.
Okay, well that's been a while. So yeah, I will go check on him to make sure it's okay.
Uh-huh.
Is it breathing?
It's fine.
Okay.
Sleeping peacefully.
Okay, as long as it's still sleeping, I'll leave it alone.
The longest living orphan in any of my campaigns.
no, that is not true.
Eva.
Arnold's still alive.
Oh, you got a point. Yeah, you're right. I gotta fix that. Okay. The cold spot disappears to burn. No, okay. So, what do you do, Fleur? You're just thinking about this. You don't say anything to anybody.
No. I'm honestly, I'm just thinking at the moment. I'm waiting for the food.
Okay.
What she'll do, she'll go check on the baby real quick because it shouldn't take but just a moment of walk in, walk out,
Uh-huh.
and then, go get the food and bring it back and sit down.
All right.
Come and sit with me.
There's
Okay.
no one else in here but us, so why not?
So, Fleur, how was your walk? That
It's
was
good.
quick. You get some fresh air, feel better?
I feel much better.
You notice when you
See more ghosts?
After you get, go ahead.
One thing I do ask is I also ask for some water.
So bring it.
So you're gonna notice, Lana, when you go sit down next to Fleur, that for the first time in a while, it feels room temperature in here.
Okay.
It doesn't follow her at all?
It doesn't seem to be getting too close.
Okay.
There, you see, there is a spot in here where there is no draft. Fleur has found it.
We are like on the other side of the tavern, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's just me and Lana, honestly, at this point.
Oh, you and Lana on this side of the table.
Yeah, on
Finias.
this side of the tavern, and everyone else is away at the shop.
Table.
We're
You're
in
all
the same
sitting
place.
together, eating, having camaraderie.
Okay.
But she sat down on the opposite side of the table from the other two near you now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and this is like, oh, I got you. So this is long.
Not long, it's round table with an end.
The ghost is like, I'm not going near that person because they can kill me.
So she will look towards Lana and just ask her. Said, so how long's the draft been following you?
How long have I noticed it?
Only a few hours.
Only tonight. Not quite sure. There must be a cold front coming through.
What do you know about drafts?
I am going. Get it.
I mean, if there's a crack in the stone, I can grout it up.
I'm gonna whisper to Lana. I'm gonna describe the ghost I saw, and I'm going to ask her, and I'm going to watch her face very carefully as I'm describing this to her.
I can look over at Finias. Oh, look, they're telling secrets now.
They've,
familiar.
you know, they always do that. They're always telling secrets they think we can't hear, but...
I know, right? Oh, we're gonna hear your secret. You better be quiet. Some of the other patrons might hear you.
I've told them multiple times I can read lips. I don't understand why they still try.
For once, Finias, and I just kind of like, since I know that he can read lips, I'm just saying, like, just mouthing it, going, for once, Finias, I was trying to protect her privacy.
Oh, you're not at the screen.
That wasn't discreet.
Phineas flipped you the bird.
I was trying to be discreet. So, what was Lana's response to all this? Or did she say anything, or is it just...
Okay, so you describe the ghost.
Yeah, the matron to you.
Okay, does it sound just like what the matron looked like the night she died?
How do you describe her? What do you say?
Have I seen the matron before, first of all?
No.
Never,
Yeah,
ever?
Just the corpse.
Okay.
Actually, wait, Fleur, were you an orphan here?
No.
Okay, then no. Yeah.
The same, but I wouldn't have seen any with her bringing child. Oh, anyways. No, I would have described her as...
No, actually, she never brought any children corpses to the temple.
Okay. That's fine. She probably brought them, woman dressed in furs, heavy set, older, about yay tall, about yay wide. Seems to be angry with you. Very fancily dressed.
Do you say that it's a ghost?
Yes.
You describe it as a spirit of some sort?
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of turn and I look behind me, like where.
There's nothing there. And even as she starts trying to look, I'll just stop her and say, "There's nothing there. I promise you."
What's all this about then?
Maybe you are just seeing things.
And they're just looking dead face serious at Lana and said, I'm not joking this time on any of this.
I think she's trying to get you.
Safety.
The lady jumped out the window. How could she blame me for that?
Blame you for what? Who jumped out of a window?
The matron.
What? What? Now I'm confused.
Did my description sound like the matron?
That's what she's talking about, so it must.
Okay, she's. Was there any like shock or anything on Lana's face at all? Like really?
More like disbelief. Like you were kind of like, didn't you go to the orphanage the other night? So she's gonna be like, no, you must be wrong. She's like trying to. She's in denial, basically.
Okay.
Obvious denial.
So you saying the matron's ghost is following her around?
Well, there's a draft that's following her. I'm sitting here now, and there's no draft.
I mean, drafts come and go.
What exactly do I feel the ghost at this point?
About 20 foot back.
Okay.
But in the room?
Yeah. Still in the room.
I tried to take orphan to orphanage. She answered door. I spoke with her. I did not feel safe leaving the child there, so I took child back with me. Perhaps she is mad that I did not leave the child and give her a donation.
Okay.
Oh, that greedy bitch.
I know, right? She was very rude, very mean. I did not like her. Not that means I would do anything to harm her. I mean, she jumped out the window on her own. Everyone said so.
Calm down. I'm not worried on that portion right now.
Wait, what are you worried about?
Nothing.
No one's
Not
worried.
you, her.
Nobody's
her.
worried. Who's worried?
Well, she
Nobody's
just said she was worried. She's not worried about that, but...
But what? There's nothing to be worried about. She was a poor woman who did horrible things, and she looking for someone to blame.
I am so confused.
Did horrible things to whom? The orphanage was empty.
What'd you say, Finias?
I just drinking my beer, looking at them, just said, I am so confused.
I mean, perhaps.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, when she's saying that all this, you see the candles and the lanterns, everything starts flickering a bit. You see there's a gust of cold air that just moves over the entire room. And all of a sudden, one of the mugs hanging up on the back of the behind the bar flies off of the bar straight at Lana.
Mage hand to catch.
Do we all see this?
Missing.
Okay.
You mage hand it? What?
I would mage hand to catch it, but I would have to. That'd be like
Yeah,
a
do we
dex
all
save.
see this happening, or?
It's a telekinetic versus a mage. It's gonna fly through your mage hand.
Okay.
Yeah, you all see this happening. You see the lights dimming, cold air blowing, and then a mug flying at Lana, barely missing and hitting the wall. And let's go to break.
Okay, thanks for watching on Twitch. We'll be back in a few minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button if you're enjoying this. And if you really like it, hit that subscribe button. You'll know when the next video gets posted. And of course, leave a comment because we love reading those. And bye.